All right, just arrived in Hofn. Took a nice and refreshing, hot, warm bath in Hoftel. It's 15 kilometers from Hofn, and now I'm here since the guide from the ice kayak adventure told me to come here to have some nice lobster or anything that is traditional to Icelandic food. He told me to come to this restaurant called Pakus, and I'm here right now. It's actually over there, so I'm planning to have some nice late lunch, early dinner, I don't know, and then head forward to Seydisfjordur, if that's how you pronounce it, for this ice kayaking adventure tour that I just did for 3 hours. It was 15,900 Icelandic coronas, which, if I'm not mistaken, is around 127 euros or something like that. But hey, I mean, I believe it's worth the money, since you cannot do it by yourself. If I wanted to rent a kayak and do it by myself, but the problem is around the area of these glaciers and these lagoons, there is no place to rent a kayak. So there you have it. They specialize in local ingredients that they get from both land and sea, and Hofn is known here for langoustine, which is the Icelandic crabfish. Icelandic lobster. I'm gonna take the langoustine baked in cream, which is the Icelandic lobster baked in white wine, cream and herbs, served with mixed salad and bread. The price 6,790 Icelandic kronas. That is about 52 euros. But I mean, once in a while you have to enjoy life. So I mean, it's not that I'm rich. It's just I choose where to spend my money on. I don't mind sleeping in the car if I can save that money to spend on here. I took a shower when I was in Hofn, and my food is there.
No. So are you still making green?
Nice.
There's also and this is for shows for you.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy. And 24.
Damn. All right. There's one thing that seems to amaze me. They are really fast in serving the food. Like, I ordered this like 5 minutes ago, and immediately 5 minutes later they brought me the food. And this is not the first time that this happens. I mean, I went in Reykjavik. I ordered with some friends there. I was eating that I met in the hostel. We went to have some burgers, and I ordered burger, French fries, and chocolate milk. And like 5 minutes later, the food arrived, warm, fresh, like this. So I'm wondering, what's the secret? How do they do it? Maybe I'll ask her when she comes. Yeah, I'll ask her.
So here is your bread, and I have already asked, and they just say me it is preparing in the morning. They just cut these langoustines and marinate it.
Yeah.
Marinate it with the sauce and the spices and salt, and then they have really good oven that it will be ready like in 4 minutes.
The oven makes
Yes.
ready in 4 minutes.
Yes.
Wow.
It's really good oven, and also the langoustines are really like thin and small, and it takes not so long time.
Okay.
So because of this,
Okay. Really
okay.
nice.
Would you like to have more water, like still water?
Maybe later. I'm
Okay,
gonna finish this
okay,
first.
okay.
Thank you.
So enjoy.
So that's how they make it fast. In 5 minutes, they can bring the food. That's a good system. Okay. Nice view. I also have a paper with me that also explains a little bit about the city, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I do. Let's see. All right. So the city Seydisfjordur is regarded by many as one of Iceland's most picturesque towns, not only due to its impressive environment, but also because nowhere in Iceland has a community of old wooden buildings been preserved so well as here. The community, like so many others in Iceland, owes its origins to foreign merchants, mainly Danes, who started trading in the fjords in the mid-19th century. But the crucial factor in the evolution of the village was the establishment of the Icelandic herring fishery by Norwegians in 1870 till 1900. The Norwegians, built up a number of herring fishing facilities, and in a matter of years, the little community grew into a booming town. It received its municipal charter in 1895. Today, about 700 people live in Seydisfjordur. It's not a lot. The local economy has long been based on the fisheries, while light industry also flourishes. Tourism is playing a growing role as a picturesque town in its particular surroundings attracts more and more visitors. I'm also one of those visitors. So yeah, remember, just like in Reykjavik, when you smell fish, you smell money. So what we have here is the Dettifoss waterfall, 40 meters high and 100 meters wide. Considered one of the most powerful waterfall in Europe. Yeah. So I'm standing here at the Barnafoss waterfall. The name of the waterfall, how it was derived, is basically from a story which goes as follows. At a certain Christmas evening, the Harausens households were supposed to attend a mass, but two children were supposed to stay behind at home. But when the households returned home, they discovered that the children had disappeared. But they left some foot trail, and the foot trail led to this river right here. And they saw that a stone arc was missing, which they could deduce that the children fell into the water and they drowned. So as a consequence, this waterfall is called Barnafoss, which means children's. This is the infinity pool. Really nice. Unfortunately, it's raining, but the view is still amazing. I've been here already for 1 hour. I was waiting for the rain to stop. Maybe I would be able to take a nice video, but I had to use the chair because I want to leave. The entrance fee is 900 Icelandic coronas, and yeah, like I said, it's really nice. They have a jacuzzi over there. It's 38 degrees. The water in here is 32 degrees. Yeah, so this will be my last time being in warm water. A short recap of my vacation. Iceland, really nice. Traveled alone for now 9 days. Tomorrow day 10. I'm leaving, going back to Belgium. Really enjoyed. Visited a lot of things within the time that I had, but there was still a lot to do. I still have a lot of things that I did not visit. Yesterday I saw the Northern Lights. I've seen it like 3 times already, and it still seems to amaze me each time I see it. But yesterday I was able to take nice pictures, so for that I'm really happy. Personally, traveling this, how many days is it? 9 days. Physically, it was okay. The first 4 days that I was hiking, it was really difficult in the beginning. Even though that I'm in shape, It was still difficult, the walking, and my feet hurt, my knees hurt when I finished. But hey, I did it and it was a nice experience. I had nice views, and that's why I like it. It's not that I like walking, it's just I'm willing to put in the effort if I have something in return. And mentally, there were some moments, I have to admit, that I felt like, yeah, it's sad that you're alone. You felt lonely. Like maybe that's the reason why most people are like afraid to travel alone, because you feel that loneliness and it's that fear that holds you back. And I have to admit, I felt it as well. But I believe it comes and it goes. It's like in phases. With me, it was just like 1 hour, 2 hours, or maybe one day where I had nothing to do. When it was raining, when I was in Dettifoss National Park, and then it was raining, we saw the view, and then after that it was like bad weather, so I had nothing to do, and then you were like, okay, now I need like companionship. But yeah, I mean, there's a good thing and a bad thing. There's a positive side and a negative side in everything. I just try to focus on the positive side. That has gotten me through a lot of things. Yeah, so if I would have done it again right now alone, I think so, yeah. I mean, in the end, in the car I was listening to music. But if I would do this for my whole life, that's a good question. Right now I'm in the state of, I have 1 more year to study, and then I have to decide what I want to do with my future, my career plan. It's getting cold. Yeah, so I have 1 more year to study, and then I have to decide what I'm going to do for work. If I want to work, what kind of work. And I don't know, like, I'm trying more to focus on what gives me like happiness, like in pursuit of happiness, and trying to derive what really gives me happiness, and that's what I'm looking for. And I still don't have a feeling that I've gotten that answer, because traveling is nice, but I think for me personally it's a pleasure. Maybe I can combine it with something else, but I don't think that I could say that all I need to do is traveling, and that's all I have to give me pleasure. Yeah, but that's about it.